I just recently did a video about the Atlanta Falcons schedule, and for you lovable Steeler fans of Steeler Nation, sometimes you need to hear the truth. God forbid, get ready, because you're on the clock. For one time, I'm going to represent the Steeler Nation because I'm wearing black and gold, well, a little bit of white, but the boys are in the back, and I'll wear black and gold for you guys because the one time I did a video, I did the Falcon schedule, and was toying with people that it's you Steeler people. We love you. We care about you. I had to deal with a lot of you people in my old work. And if you want to know about the old work, go back in my queue and find all the old stories about the other place. But I digress. I absolutely have to do this. And now 1 year we've been on this thing. I kind of wanted to do schedules, and I have to do the Steelers schedule. I just have to. I'm just seething through it. Because I mean, do I want the Steelers to be good? I want them to be successful. But when truth hurts and truth hits you like a brick in the face, we got to get to it. As always, you do decide to hang out with us at Jimmy Jam Sessions anytime. We do all the stuff. There is that thing called a subscribe button. Definitely touch that if you definitely want to be alerted to more stuff as we get ready to the NFL season. Don't worry, I'll get to hockey down the road. But right now, this is a lot of the stuff that people are talking about. So I'm just going to jump right into this. I'm not even wasting any time. Let's put this into a tolerable perspective. Shall we? I'll get to this thing in a second. Here's the thing that we need to understand. The Steelers, God bless you. You have cleaned out your quarterback room. Kenny Pickett is not your savior anymore. Ben is not coming back. So now you have a general manager in Amir Khan who has done more than probably he's done more in 2 years than probably the Steelers have done probably in a decade as far as making moves and making things to try to transgression into this era of the NFL. I mean, he's done cool things. You extend TJ Watt, you get Highsmith. You're making decisions on your offense. I mean, you get the fifth option, decline it on your running back position. Warren is hanging there, and Najee Harris, that's his fifth-year option. And then you're going to find out what the market is if you have to go out and get another one. Or maybe you're just trying to think about trying to redo your cap because you do have some cap issues. But you have one major weapon on offense, actually two, because you kept Pickens. You're going to get Freemuth back healthy. But now who do you have elsewhere? Because honestly, it's either going to be Russell Wilson or Justin Fields that's going to take the job. Now, in a sense, Russell Wilson can be a temporary bridge quarterback. It has to be. He's now at the age 35, 36. He's not the same guy he was when he was in Seattle. Now, Justin Fields, that could be your future. He could be one of those quarterbacks that just never, ever developed and fit and got the tools that he needed in Chicago. He could get it in Pittsburgh. But if he doesn't, he's going to be gone because he's on that last end of that rookie contract. So it's going to end up probably being maybe a 2-quarterback system depending on how it goes in the preseason and especially the first part of the season going in. Because let's get realistic. PFF has the Steelers schedule the third worst. Third on PFF. There's a couple other sites that have it right around that ballpark. They're in the same area with the Browns and the Ravens of the 3 toughest schedules in the league. And as far as the division, the Bengals are in the middle part. So they're getting spoiled. So in a general nutcase, let's just go into this because I kind of want to just go through. I have to just burn through this and just go the best I possibly can. Now, week 1, let's figure this entire thing out. I did this Falcon schedule on an earlier video. Go find that if you want. And I literally already gave them a loss. Because one, I'm just going to say I'm a Falcons fan because I think Kirk Cousins will outdo whoever is going to be the quarterback. But it depends on if the Steelers defense shows up in this game.
but nevertheless, it's Atlanta, and I think Kirk Cousins may actually have himself a good first time against the Steelers, and we got to find out that offense is decent enough because the Steelers defense can't win you all games. All right, so I'll give you a loss on that. Week 2, you're going to go at you got to start the season on the road at Atlanta and then at Denver. You don't know who the quarterback is going to be in Denver, but you've had your issues and you've had your ways with Denver in the last couple of years. Denver's been a pain in the butt to you, and I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to be generous, and I'm going to give you a win on that one. And then you're going to start your home schedule with the Chargers, and nobody knows if Jim Harbaugh is going to turn the city of LA into a Charger town. I don't have a clue because now we're hearing that Justin Herbert has a plantar fasciitis injury in his foot. We don't know how well it's going to be, and plus he's not going to be throwing the football. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a break. There's a win there. Then you're going to go to Indianapolis, and you're going to face Anthony Richardson in that, and that's going to be somewhat of I don't want to say it's a trap game, but you're facing a rookie quarterback. If he gets dynamic, Indy's going to be a problem. But I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt in this one. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to give you a win, just because we don't know. We haven't seen Anthony Richardson only half a year before he injured his shoulder. But the weapons on there, it's going to be. It almost seems like a coin flip. But we're going to find out what Anthony Richardson is worth. Now, for you Dallas Cowboy lovers, you got to host the Cowboys, and that's on NBC. It's Sunday Night Football. Oh, Lord. Sunday Night Football. You're going to be on prime time. But I'm telling you right now, it's going to be a battle if Dak Prescott can play with the weapons he has and going and Steelers having prime time. I'm going to tell you right now, this is not going to be too bad of an issue because it looks like the first half of the season is actually not going to be terrible. But this could actually any of these games could be train wrecks. And this is just Dallas has found their way to beat Pittsburgh every so often, and it's on prime time. I don't know what to tell you. I just feel like that's a win. I'm not even going to mess with the Raiders because I know it's at Vegas on a 4 o'clock game. That's a win. And then you're going to face Aaron Rodgers. And I just don't know I just don't know where your quarterback situation is going to be. I'm giving you W's here because I honestly don't know how your quarterback situation is going to be against these teams and against Aaron Rodgers. And that's also Sunday Night Football. I'm going to give you a win on that, and I'm going to give you Monday night also against the Giants, as I don't know. Look at this win streak you might have. But I can't guarantee any of these right here because once you get off the bye week, it is danger, danger, danger. Like, I just put a lot of those W's pretty much just to try to make everybody happy, but I'm not even guaranteeing any of those because you don't know who your quarterback is, and you don't even know what type of offense you're going to facing. Like the Indy game's a coin flip, Dallas is a coin flip, and then we're going to get to your bye week, and then it's going to start tumbling down. You're going to face Jaden Daniels and the Commanders on the road. Who knows? Washington might be a playoff team. I'm going to give you an L. I just have this thing. Watch this next. Look at this second half of the schedule. This is brutal. You're going to go to Baltimore. I'm going to give you an L. It's at Baltimore. I know you've had some good luck there. Now, Thursday night on Prime, on Amazon Prime, you got your 3 games in a row that you got to go in your division. You got to go to Cleveland. And I said this before. If Deshaun Watson is healthy and he stays out and he stays on the right path, Cleveland's not going to be an easy out. And they may be in the running to get Brandon Ayuk. Who knows? You're going to be at Cleveland. I'm giving you an L on that. Then you got to go to Cincinnati, and you got to face Burrow on CBS. Oh, I'm going to tell you right now. First of all, I'm going to give you an L on that because you got to go to Cincinnati. I'm going to give you a win the following week against Cleveland because you're going to split that series. But then look at this. At Philadelphia, that's a loss. You got to go. You're going to go. Actually, I take that back. You have to go. You're hosting Baltimore. Is there an erase button here? You know what? Take that back. That's a win. You're going to go to Baltimore. That's a loss. Wednesday. This is the weird one. Wednesday, Christmas Day. against the evil empire in the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. That's not even that's not even arguable. That's a loss. And I know Kansas City lost at Christmas against the Raiders, and that was an aberration for the Raiders. And then host Cincinnati. That's to get you in the playoffs. You might wake up your team by then. I'll give you a W, but I can't fathom this. I just don't know this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You could be 10-7. Any of these right here, any of those in that front half could be coin flip games. Like I'm actually being really, really generous to you guys. 10-7 is not bad. It could get you a wild card, but in that division, which is the best division in the league, in my personal opinion, they play everybody tough. Nobody likes anybody in that division, and they'll punch each other in the mouth, including Baltimore. And I know they've had their issues with Baltimore. They've actually played they played their arses off against Baltimore. Cincinnati's been hit and miss. Cleveland's been hit and miss, but they've been beating Cleveland lately. But Cleveland has a top 5, top 6 roster, and Joe Burrow's back. So Joe Burrow has those weapons. I don't know what to tell you on this. I'm being generous at 10-7, but in in general retrospect, any of these games could be a coin flip. Like you could easily like if you don't know what your quarterback is, if you literally don't know what your quarterback is, that the Dallas game could be a loss. The Jets could be a loss. The Chargers or the Indiana or Indy, they all could be a loss. I mean, that could be a loss. Aaron Rodgers could have his way on Sunday night TV, and if you could end up being, and I know this is being complete aberration to everything here, but you could turn 10-7 into 8-9, 9-8 real quick, and that's just a funkadelic schedule that they personally didn't necessarily have to have this, but they find their ways to win. But you have to deal with Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. There is no Mason Rudolph. There is no Kenny Pickett. So it is a clean slate for the Steelers, but this is the time they have to do it. I mean, the coach is not leaving anytime soon. So get that out of your head. You have Arthur Smith as your offensive coordinator now. He may be better as an offensive coordinator than he was a coach. I can tell you that as Falcons fan. But what do you think? I'm actually being generous at 10-7, 9-8, rough around that area. But in the AFC, that may not even get you a playoff spot because the AFC is loaded. Depending on how your schedule is, and the Steelers got effed over in their schedule near the second half of that season. The Steeler Nation, do you have do you have faith in getting your over under is probably 8.5, 7.5, 8.5, over or under? You decide. You let me know. What do you think the Steelers schedule is going to be, and what the actual outcome is going to be? I don't know what to tell you on this. I'm being generous as far as the schedule is concerned, but you got to know who the quarterback is, and you need weapons. Just what you have may not be enough, but it may be enough to win you a handful of games. But you got to know what you have, and that is basically for you people of Steeler Nation. I wish you the best of luck. I really do. I probably will do more of these. You made it to the end of this video. You know I appreciate you for hanging out. Thumbs up, hit that like, throw a comment of do you believe in what the Steelers schedule is going to be? And I may do another one down the road of some other team. I don't know when. If there's another team you want me to do, throw a comment in. Maybe I'll jump on that because it'll give me something to do going toward hockey season. But I want it to get this out there. So I appreciate you hanging out. There's that thing. Before you leave, before you get out and do whatever you need to do today, hit that subscribe button, and I will definitely see each and every single one of you legends in the next one. Go Steeler Nation.